Y'all see him in the streets struggling, young, dumb, and thuggin', give a fuck about nothing. Stuck at rock bottom, trying to come up on something. Pumping from sundown to sun.
What's up, guys? Street Justice here. Welcome back to my channel. We are back for the reaction to Game of Thrones on this Game of Thrones Thursday. This is Season 4, Episode 5, first of his name, but last episode really set up a lot of stuff. I think the biggest thing being Bran being captured by the former crows at Caster's place. We already know that Jon Snow is on his way, hopefully to save the day, but little to his knowledge, Bolton's henchman, his right-hand man, the guy that took Jaime's right hand, Sabini from Peaky Blinders, is actually there with him, infiltrating the crows right now to take him out, but he doesn't even know. So there's a lot going on with Jon Snow's story right now. I can't wait to see what happens next. But the other thing that went down was Jaime Lannister actually giving Brienne, obviously they have a great bond, giving her his armor and his sword to actually go out and find Sansa, keep her safe, as he had promised Cat, which is great to see. And I gotta say, as much as it pains me to say and it's hard to admit, this season's really starting to make me like Jaime Lannister's character. I gotta say it. I don't know if it's because of the journey that he went on. Obviously, he's been through a lot. He lost his hand. He formed that bond with Brienne, but it's changed him, and I will be the first to admit it. I'm starting to like him. I'm really enjoying this season though, guys. I can't wait to see what happens next. If you guys are looking for my full reactions to the show, the link to my Patreon is down in the description below. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, now's a very good time to click that button down below. Smash that like button while you're there. With that said, let's jump right in. Let's check it out. Let's go.
In the light of the Seven, I now proclaim Tommen of the House Baratheon, first of his name, King of the Andals and the First Men, and Lord of the Seven Kingdoms.
Oh, she's putting a stop to that right quick.
He sits the throne like he was born to it. Yes, he wasn't though, was he? He will need help. If he's going to rule well. He has you. A mother is not enough.
Oh shit.
Still interested in being queen, I take it.
I'm surprised she's on board for this.
We may be faced with an alarming number of weddings soon.
King Joffrey Baratheon is dead. Murdered at his own wedding. They've never been more vulnerable.
You cancelled me against rashness once in Karth.
Now could be the
I
time.
didn't listen. It all worked out well. How can I rule 7 kingdoms? If I can't control Slaver's Bay, I will not sail for Westeros.
What then?
I will do what queens do.
Okay.
I will rule.
I like that she's away from King's Landing. I don't like that she's with Littlefinger.
Is this the only way into the Eyrie?
The mountains are impassable. If you want to get to the Eyrie, you need to go through the Bloody Gate. Doesn't matter how large your army is. If you attack this gate, you do it on this road. 3 men abreast. And get slaughtered like goats.
Wow.
Know your strengths, use them wisely. 1 man can be worth 10,000.
The one thing I like about Littlefinger, though, is he's super strategic.
Who would pass the Bloody Gate?
Lord Peter Baelish and his niece Elaine.
Welcome back, Lord Baelish.
They're in. Them again.
Uncle Peter!
I was wondering if we'd see them.
Lord.
Obviously, he was sent to be with her, but that little shit.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Lady Arryn. My name is Elise.
Do take down that hood, child. Don't you think I know who you are? I let him go so he could bring you here. To me.
It's wonderful to meet you, Aunt Lysa.
You mustn't call me that in front of anyone
Oh,
else.
of course I understand. I would never say a thing.
The Lannisters want to destroy us. Now they know what it feels like.
Mommy said they'd killed your mother and they chopped off your brother's head.
Fuck off, kid.
Sansa, this is my son, Robin.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Robin.
Robin, show Sansa to her chamber. Take the back stairs.
I hope she's not planning on setting up her son with Sansa.
We'll speak soon.
So I feel like she likes to keep it in the family, too. Seeing these two as a thing is kind of weird.
Let's get married tonight.
Ought we not inform the Lords of the Vale about the ceremony?
There's only one Lord of the Vale. The others can all hang. We had a wedding
She
night
is
many
thirsty.
years ago. Don't you remember?
Like it was yesterday.
She wants that little finger.
Wife would do for you the things I've done for you. You gave me those drops and told me to pour them into John's wine, my husband's wine. And you told me to write a letter to Cat telling her it was a Lannister.
What the fuck? That was big.
Tonight it is, then.
I know you're building a strong case against Tyrion. And as a mother, that is your right. But as a judge, I cannot discuss the trial with you.
Look at the anger rising in her. She is so good.
Lannister legacy is the only thing that matters. You started wars to protect this family. Turned your back on Jaime for refusing to contribute to its future. What does Tyrion deserve? For lighting that future on fire.
She's trying to throw him under the bus, but I don't think Tywin's gonna let it happen either.
Joffrey, Cersei, Walder Frey.
I love when she does this.
Trant.
Would you shut up?
I can't sleep until I say the names.
It's as good a thing as any to keep a person going. Better than most.
It's a good motivator.
We come across my brother. Maybe we can both cross a name off a list.
If you were here right now, what would you do?
I'd tell him to shut the fuck up so I can get some sleep.
Good answer.
Go on, get it over with. Your list of doomed men.
Only one name left.
His name?
Go on.
The Hound.
He took notice of that.
He's so kind.
He really cares for you. Think where you'd be without him.
I'm very lucky.
He feels responsible for you.
Oh, I know he does. I'm so grateful.
Why? Why does he feel responsible for you?
Here's the jealousy.
He loves you, Aunt Lysa. He's married to you.
Never loved him, never. Cat always went straight for the sweetest thing, the most obvious thing. Your Uncle Brandon. And now, Peter is risking his life to save you. The daughter of a woman who didn't love him. What do you let Peter do with your body?
Aunt Lysa, no.
Your young, pretty body.
Nothing. I'm a virgin.
Don't lie to me.
You're hurting me.
Littlefinger, get in here.
He loves you, Aunt Lysa. And I'm a terrible liar, so I should always tell the truth. And I swear to you that he's never touched me. Not once, not ever.
It's all right. You'll be a widow soon. You'll execute that dwarf for murdering the king and you'll be free to marry Robin. You'll be the lady of the...
I knew it! No!
What are you doing?
I'm helping you with your armor.
I've been removing my own armor for quite some time, thank you very much. What exactly did you do for Lord Tyrion?
Mostly I poured wine.
You did a lot of that.
Whilst in Lord Tyrion's service, did you ever do anything remotely related to combat?
Yes. Saved his life.
I killed a man. He tried to kill Lord Tyrion at the Blackwater. I pushed a spear through the back of his head.
He would do the same for you. He's a good squire. Look at that look she gave. She's been underestimating him a bit.
Help me with these straps.
How many?
They're close.
Men. Most of them already drunk. No guards posted. They don't seem to have a care in the world. We'll carve them up like walnut pie. Get some rest. We move at sundown.
If you let my sister go, I can help you.
Hopefully he gets a rough death.
As a sight, I can see things. That's very helpful. Things that haven't happened yet.
Have you seen what they're going to do to your sister?
He's seen how you die. Say it.
Don't close your eyes.
I saw you die tonight.
There it is.
I saw your body burn.
Right on cue.
Relax, watch.
I would have at least tried to sneak in. Get some stealth kills.
Rescue party's here, lads. Lady.
Is John with you?
Right. I'll take you to him. You're Brandon Stark.
Now he knows.
Cripple Lord. You're going for a ride, boy.
Yo! Come on, John. Don't let him get away. Yes! Yes! Oh! Hodor! He doesn't even realize what he just did.
Cut me loose, Hodor! Gojin, Mira, freedom. Go!
That was incredible. Best Hodor moment ever. He's so close.
John! If he sees you, he won't let you go north. He's my brother. He wants to protect you. Takes you back to Castle Black.
No.
You have to decide. Do you want to find the three-eyed raven?
Say something, please. You're so close.
Hold on. No. We need to free Summer.
Fuck.
And we need to go.
They keep doing this to us.
You're bringing me back for trial. You had a good thing here. You'll never know what that's like. How to fight with honor. You know what's wrong with honor?
You little bitch. Nicely done. Don't hurt her though. Through his mouth, back of his skull.
7 else could do that to a man.
They don't even know.
I count 10 dead mutinies. Rock said there were 11 of them. Where's Rust?
Of course this guy ran. Amazing.
Where is 7 else? Come here. I missed you, boy.
So that one kid's vision was right. You saw that dude's body burning tonight. Alright guys, that was Game of Thrones Season 4, Episode 5, First of His Name. And that was another really good episode, another solid ass episode. It did start out a little bit slow with the new crowning of the king, Tommen, and I did look up his name. At first I did think it was Tomlin, but he's the king now. I want to make sure I'm saying his name right. And don't worry, I didn't see any spoilers when I did look it up. But yeah, that was a very interesting scene at the beginning. Even though, like I said, it was a little bit slow, and I will get to the action-oriented part of the episode, which was like the last half of the episode, the last quarter of it at the very least. I freaking loved it. And don't worry, just because I'm saying it did start out a little bit slow doesn't mean that I didn't like the episode. I know before in the past when I had brought it up that episodes were slow, some people were a little bit upset by me saying that, and hey, I completely understand, but there's a difference between saying it's slow and it's bad. Just because something is slow, I enjoy a slow burn, don't get me wrong. Just because I say something is slow doesn't mean it's necessarily bad. I just want to make sure I do clear that up, just in case there is any confusion in regards to me saying that the first half of the episode was a little bit slow, because overall, I freaking love this episode, so who freaking cares if the first half of it is slow? But going back to the very beginning of the episode, Marjorie, right away, I said it the last episode, she's got her talons in Tommen already. That's what she does, but she did have the advice of her own grandmother to do just that. And she took that advice and she's running with it. But as she was doing her thing this episode, what a great scene. Cersei actually stepped in front of the view of Tommen, blocking off Marjorie, making sure she's looking directly at her. And then when she actually went up to her to have a talk with her, I was surprised by that convo, because it actually seems like Cersei's on board with Marjorie being with Tommen. And that's very interesting to me, because clearly she didn't like her being with Joffrey, and we saw what came of that. Even up to the very end, like, Cersei was pretty much against Marjorie, so seeing her almost welcoming her and inviting her to be with Tommen, like, you talk to your father, I'll talk to mine. There's going to be a lot of weddings coming up in the future. I already feel like the last season and a half, there's been a lot of weddings. One of them was great. One of them was not so great, but yeah, I guess we have to wait and see how the other weddings go, because weddings in this show usually don't go as planned, aside from Tyrion's. Well, even Tyrion didn't go necessarily according to plan to Tywin, because Sansa, not pregnant, and she got away. But Sansa, that's another thing that I definitely want to talk about, because that was another key aspect of at least the first half of this episode, and that was Littlefinger bringing her to the Vale, I believe it is, seeing Kat's sister, and then it dawned on me right then and there that what her actual plan is to have, I think it's Robin, her son, be with Sansa. And I knew it almost right away. Even before it was really said or shown in this episode, I already kind of picked up on it, because yeah, she's a weird one. She likes to keep it in the family. But later on this episode, right after, I guess, she had her fun with Littlefinger, consummating their marriage, but she actually went to see Sansa in the middle of the night, and that was a very, very interesting scene. It got dark right quick. I definitely picked up that some sense of jealousy, because it seems like she even hates her own sister. And then she started to question Littlefinger in regards to why he was being so kind to Sansa, and she already knows he wants her just like he wanted Cat. I'm surprised she already knew about that, but yeah, the jealousy and the rage in that moment, like that was a scary scene. It got dark right quick, and actually, like, my palms got sweaty, and I was fearing for Sansa's safety. Like, I didn't think she was going to die in that moment, but I was definitely worried for her. So thankfully, nothing actually came from that scene, but I don't think she's out of the woods yet because she's still there. Who knows what Cat's sister is going to do next? Hopefully that's another name that I do learn soon, because I'm surprised that we actually did see her once again. Obviously, I knew that Littlefinger was sent there to be with her and to take over that part based on Tywin's orders, but I wasn't sure if we would actually see her again, especially the little kid too, Robin. So he's still as crazy as ever. I don't know what's going to come of that, but I want to see them slaughtered as well. But they're pretty adamant that the Lannisters are going to get theirs. I don't think every Lannister is going to get theirs. I don't think Tyrion's going to get his. Jaime, now he's kind of redeemed himself. Maybe not all the way, but he's changed. We didn't really see much of him this episode. Cersei, I feel like she's one of the bad ones. She's not going to have a happy ending in this show. But yeah, Tywin, I don't know if he's basically seemed like untouchable up until this point. So I definitely don't think it's going to go as planned. Littlefinger, I'm surprised he's made it this far. Like, that's another thing I didn't even mention. It was a big reveal that he basically had his hand, and so did she, in everything. Even before the show took place, the events that took place before the show, he was responsible for. That was a big reveal this episode. So yeah, he's had his hand in the cookie jar for a long time, trying to maneuver his way around the throne and whatnot. So it's only a matter of time before it comes back to bite him, because I don't trust Cat's sister at all. And she was still so open about it, like saying it all willy-nilly too, and he even had to shut her up. Like, he just went in for the kiss right away just to keep her quiet. But that was definitely a big reveal this episode. So crazy stuff. But let's get to the main meal of this episode, the main course, because later on I wasn't sure if we were actually going to get there this episode, because I wasn't sure how far, and it was Craster's place, I think I was saying Caster at the very beginning, how far the crows actually were from them. So thankfully we did get to see the main event actually go down this episode, and I loved it. But the one thing that pissed me off, Bran, he was so close to Jon. He was actually yelling out his name at one point, and then he was basically told, like, if you do get in contact with him and you do reunite with him, he's not going to let you keep traveling north. So if you do want to see the three-eyed, was it crow or raven? I think it's raven. That you got to basically, we got to keep moving. And so that really sucked to see, because I feel like this show does not want us, or does not want to let us see the Starks reunite, and that's all I want to see. I don't know about you guys, especially for your first time watching, if that's like one of the main things that you were rooting for, seeing them reunite, because that's definitely one of the main things that I'm rooting for in my first watch of this show. So yeah, and I'm definitely gonna be watching this show again in the future. Mark my words on that. I don't know if it's gonna be a reaction, but I'm definitely gonna be watching it again, because I'm gonna be recommending this show to a lot of people, depending on how it ends. But even up until this point, I know the last season is supposed to be not good, but up until this point, I was told the first couple seasons were not especially good as well, and I freaking love them. So obviously, I'm going to judge everything for myself. Don't you worry about that. When we get to the final season, I will judge it for myself. If I like it, I will say so. If I don't care, and that's the thing, I don't even know the reason why people don't like the final season. So, and I don't want to know that going in. Once I finish the show, yeah, definitely let me know why people didn't like it so much. But I wouldn't be surprised if I like it, because as I already let you guys know, like, I never read the books, so I don't know where the story's supposed to go, and I'm pretty sure the final season, I guess, it surpassed the books, and it was like all original material, and that's part of the reason why people don't like it. But I don't know what they actually do with the story that made people hate it so much. But we're still a long ways off from that. We're only halfway through season 4 now, and yeah, back to what actually went down this episode. Aside from Bran being so close to Jon Snow and not actually linking up with them, that kind of upset me. I do get it, but at the same time, you're so close. It was just like Arya being outside of the Red Wedding. Thankfully, she didn't go inside for that. That was a best case scenario, her not meeting up with Cat and King Robb before their deaths. But I still wanted to see it really bad. And that's another thing too. I still love every single time that Arya is repeating the names on her list. I did bring it up this episode as well, but they're kind of forming a bond. I don't know if eventually she's going to take him off her list, because the last name on her list was the Hound, but I don't know where that relationship's going to go. I do feel like they have been bonding, but at the same time, she still doesn't think much of him, and he hasn't really proven himself too well. Yeah, he's like bringing her along with the journey, keeping her alive, but at the same time, he robbed that old man and his young daughter like an episode or two ago, and she clearly wasn't on board for that, so he's not exactly winning any favors with her. He might, for now, stay on that list. But yeah, back to the end of this episode, that whole fight. I love seeing that one direwolf. Which one is it, too? I'm pretty sure that was Ghost, but I could have sworn earlier on in the episode I heard Summer. I don't know if that's another one of the direwolves. I heard that name pop up as well, but I think that was Ghost because we saw it meet up with Jon at the very end. That was a great moment. I loved it, but yeah, the vision from that one kid, Bran's buddy as well, saying to that one like best fighter of the crows that turned their back, or the former crows, I'm gonna see, or I have the gift of sight, and I saw you burn later tonight. That was freaking awesome. I'm so glad. Every single time like there's been a close to like rape scene, thankfully something good always happens. Like someone always comes to save the day. So I was so glad that his sister wasn't touched. Things were not looking good for her. But the best moment, probably of the season so far, as well, aside from Joffrey's death, which was pretty freaking epic, was Hodor and Bran basically possessing him with his vision. Like, his buddy gave him the nod to do just that when Sabini was taken away. Sorry, I don't know his actual name in the show, but yo, that scene was freaking crazy. He broke free of the chains, and then as Bran was being carried away, he actually grabbed him. Was it with one hand too? Picked him up, and then that's when he actually snapped his neck. That was insane. Like, I freaking loved it. Best Hodor moment ever. I love to see it. Even Hodor afterwards was looking at his hands when he was like unpossessed, and I think he was even in shock by what he was capable of and what he just did. Hopefully we see him do stuff like that without having to be coerced into it or possessed to do it. But yeah, this was a great episode. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I left out. We went through Marjorie being Marjorie at the very beginning with her talons, Cersei being Cersei, except surprising me by actually accepting Marjorie. And then we saw the stuff with Sansa, Littlefinger. He's more of a mastermind than I ever would have imagined. Like, I knew he was slick and he had his hand in the cookie jar, but I didn't know it was that deep in it. Like, it goes way back. So that was pretty intense to find out that stuff. I didn't like Bran not meeting up with Jon, but I do get it. The Hodor stuff was absolutely amazing. I love that stuff. Hodor is amazing. One of my favorite characters. I don't know if he's like my top tier favorite, obviously, like the Starks, but because he's so close with the Starks as well, he's definitely up there. I love his character. Hopefully nothing happens to him, but you guys have reminded me time and time again, there are no, if you think there's going to be a happy ending, you haven't been paying attention, but I don't know. Maybe he's one of the ones that will get away. Something good will happen to. We didn't see any of Tyrion this episode. We didn't see any of Reek. Yeah, this was a great episode. I think I'm just going to end it there. Who knows what's left for the remaining 5 episodes of the season. Like I said, really halfway through the season, and you guys have let me know that this season is amazing. So I can't wait to see what's to come of it. As always, definitely let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. If you guys can like and subscribe, really helps my channel grow. Until next time, I am out. Enjoy your day. Peace.
Well, I didn't smoke enough for you, didn't drink enough for you, wasn't fun enough for you, wasn't good enough for you, then you play me like a yo-yo and shit. Well, I'm not the one to be yo-yoing with you, put that shit on me, then I watch you leave, let you back in, you came back in and shit on me, drag me along for a week.